Today we're doing a 2005 F150 differential oil change, front and rear end transfer case. What we have so far is laid down. Transfer case has been opened, all the nuts have been removed. What drains out is murky, kind of dark. 105,000 K on this truck. Seems to be a little bit of foam, and when stuck with a finger in the bottom, there seems to be no shavings. So we're going to let that drain and go from there. While that is draining, we have next is the pumpkin case off the rear differential. At this time we're taking brake clean, parts remover, taking all the old gasket off the outside and cleaning the inside. Make sure you get everything off the outside of the pumpkin. Okay, so we're cleaning off the outside of the pumpkin. We take this little die grinder, and I've grinded all the seal around the outside of the edge, cleaning it the best I can, smoothing it out. And more for looks, I'm grinding on the outside and going to prime and paint that black so that it looks much better and not so rusted from behind. Alright, so this is where our diff is looking at. The other one is still drying. You can see. The outside is completely clean. Scrape any deck off the outside and use a little brake clean. And once the fluid all drained, which it is, and there's no metal shavings, so we can go to the next step. So we have sanded, and that's your beer. We have sanded and painted the rear diff cover. While that dries, we're going to work on the front diff. Okay, so we moved on to the front differential, which poses a bit more of a problem with space. I assume the best is just to work your way up and around and try to get the bolts off as easy as possible. I will come back and we'll see how she goes. Alright, so we got the front diff plate off, which was very difficult with bolt location and whatnot. We're going to do the same process as before. Brake clean, get everything off the outside, and then we'll get ready to put everything back together. Alright, so I missed a small step on my video, but in between what we did was we took the gasket blue maker for the rear and put a small bead along the inside of the bolts. Now when we brought it back down, we hung it on the top by one bolt and slowly in a rotational pattern rotated and tightened the bolts. A little bit squeezed out, but not too bad, and you don't want them too tight, just enough pressure to keep it there, and everything's looking good, so we'll fill next. So the next step is to use the blue gasket maker and make a small bead around the inside of the holes. And once that's all around, we're going to put it back together and let it dry. Okay, so we're in the location of the front differential in the filling stage. My F150 calls for 75/90 in the front and 75/140 in the rear. Location of the fill is right there. The best thing to take that off is just use an extension like this to crack that off, take that nut off. It is a pretty bad location for filling, so the best thing I picked up was just a pump or tube. Fill it up with grease, or sorry, oil, and pump it into the hole. And I believe it calls for 2 liters in the front. So once that's there, fill your cap, close it up, and make sure nothing's leaking, and you're done.